What is happening, party people? Thank you for coming back to join me here on the channel. Welcome to Ration Nerd. Today we are going to get into a Danish 24-hour combat ration. This is definitely different than the Dutch. Danish refers to Denmark and the Dutch ration is from the Netherlands. They're actually two different countries. A lot of stupid Americans, well, not me, but a lot of us aren't very worldly and pay attention in geography class. So this is definitely different than a Dutch ration. So we are going to crack into this guy. We are going to check out what Denmark puts on the plate for their soldiers for a 24-hour period. This is menu number 1. It comes in at 3,788 calories. Going to get fat doing this hobby, swear to God. This was produced in 2023, and this is well inside of its expiration date. So without any further babbling on, if you guys like what I do on this channel, do me a big favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, talk to me in the chat, cause you know that you really want to tell me how bad I suck. So let's crack into this guy and see what's a poppin'. We'll get that big old box over here. That nice little tear notch on the front. That was satisfying. That was an ASMR moment right there. I do like the box. Not very convenient for putting in a pack with you. However, the box is pretty awesome. Look at that. Right off the bat, we have that. Oh no, 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 say it's not so. We are just a sea hare. I don't know if I can drop the C-bomb on YouTube. We'll figure that out later. It rhymes with hunt, but that's not what I was gonna say. We are just a hair's breadth away from having lost that mane. Looks like they put a tear notch there, and they put a tear notch over here, and during the shipping process, it got smacked around, and that tear notch almost let us down, and we almost lost this mane, but we did not. So this is chicken masala with rice, 400 grams. That's a hefty portion. I'm digging it. Chicken masala with rice sounds absolutely bitchin'. So that's main number 1. That's pretty awesome. We have some fajita spice chicken jerky. I can get down with chicken jerky. We have whole rye bread made by Orfo. This actually does look a whole lot like a Dutch ration. Well, we got a little baby rye bread over there. We have a muesli with raspberries. That sounds like breakfast. There better be some goddamn coffee in this ration, or I'm gonna mutiny. Remember when I said I was gonna invade Great Britain over some crazy cheese? Me, Fred, the condom, and I don't know, whatever else I can find on this table that's ridiculous. Not the knife, because that's actually legitimate. Something ridiculous on this table. We're going over, and we're rocking that shit out. We're taking somebody out for not putting coffee in this ration, but whatever. There's muesli with raspberries. I'm sure there's coffee in here. I'm just goofing. That actually sounds good. I'm not normally hungry in the morning. I definitely force myself to eat breakfast when I do these 24-hour reviews. If I was going to have breakfast, muesli with raspberries sounds kind of sexy. Looks like we have a big old flameless ration heater. That's got one hell of a large pad in it. Doesn't seem to be filled very much, but we will check that out when it is time to heat up some chicken masala. Strawberry jam. I'm down with strawberry jam. You're down with strawberry jam. Well, we're all just about down with strawberry jam, unless you're allergic to strawberries, in which case you'll go down with strawberry jam. Please tell me this is some pate. That's right, this is pate. Absolutely epic. It's pate time. My only complaint is that this is such a teeny tiny little container of pate, but you know what I'm going to do? I am going to scarf up every last little bit of this smushy meat goodness into my face hole and love every second of it. It might go on some rye bread. It might just go on the end of my finger and go into my face hole one way or the other. We've got some pate. That's absolutely bitchin'. Some apricot jam. We're jamming it up. We got strawberry and apricot. We have another Orfo product, a 40-gram cookies and cream flavor cereal bar. That sounds pretty amazing to me. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely down with some cookies and cream cereal bar. And we've got some Nutwalker brand barbecued peanuts. I've had the Nutwalker brand before. They're pretty awesome. Looking forward to these. I can't say I wouldn't have rather had like honey roasted or something, but barbecue sounds pretty amazing. Oh, yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I have had one of these before. I am totally looking forward to this. This ration has definitely given me the fizz. We have an 85-gram orange cake from Orfo. This is going to be amaze balls. Stay tuned, because when I eat this, I'm probably just going to like geek all over it. Well, yeah, something like that. Please tell me we got more pate. God damn it, we got more pate. This is pate number 2. That's an Arden's pate. This is a Brussels pate. This is one happy ration nerd. I'm getting pate out the wazoo. It could still be bigger, but you know what? 2 is better than 1 when it comes to pate. Pate is good. I don't know. It says a lot about me that I just get this fucking excited over pate. It says something about me. I'm not sure what it is, but you know what? I'm just going to roll with it. I guess if you're a repeat offender and you come here often, this is why you come here, because I lose my shit over the dumbest stuff. Tuna and water. God damn it, they done. All right. So we have a soft tin of tuna in water. It couldn't even be in oil. I was all excited about the pate, and I'm still excited about the pate, but why did you have to just completely just shit in my cookies by giving me tuna? It could have, should have been in the bottom of the ration, maybe the last thing I pulled out, because I would have been like, tuna and water, whatever. The rest of this stuff is great. Anyway, we've got tuna in water. Not really excited about it. It's 48 grams. We'll force it down. It'll be okay. And we have another tuna in water. Gee, thanks, Denmark. And we have a protein bar. This is Choco orange flavor. That's interesting. Never had one of those. Looking forward to it. Little chocolate orange protein bar to go with our cereal bar goodness. And we have a pack of matches. You can make fire with them. You can kind of pick your teeth with them. You might even be able to get a booger out with these guys. That's right. We're multitasking today here on Ration Nerd. We're going to try to find multiple uses for everything. Can you, in fact, wipe your ass with whole rye bread made by Orfo? You probably can. We're not going to try that. We might discuss it. We've definitely already brought it up, so it's out there in the ether. I guess in an emergency situation where you needed to wipe your ass more than you needed to eat, you might be able to take whole rye bread and wipe your bum with it. But you certainly could fish out a naughty booger that just didn't want to come out with these matches. Frankly, these match heads are kind of teeny anyway. They did strike right away, but not a big crazy reaction. Nice solid flame. So we got matches. Everybody loves matches. We have squeezy pouches. What for art thou, squeezy pouch? So this squeezy pouch is apple and raspberry puree. That actually sounds kind of awesome. You know, these little squeeze pouches really don't weird me out. The thing that weirds me out is when you put really weird items in these little squeeze pouches. As far as like apple sauces and fruit purees and stuff, absolutely all day long. These make great little vessels for squirting said fruit puree all over whatever you want, or just squirting it back in your face hole. Awesome sauce. And we have an Orfo dark chocolate bar. That is a 25 gram bar coming in at 72% dark chocolate. That sounds epic to me because I love me some dark chocolate. We have some hazelnut spread with Choco flavor. That's awesome. This is going to be good. Where's all the biscuits? All right, we're going to keep digging through this box because I'm feeling like for having 2 jams and a whole bunch of pate and some stanky tuna and hazelnut spread, we're seriously lacking in the biscuit department. Normally, you would not hear me complain about lacking in the biscuit department. However, with all these spreads, I'm a little worried that we're lacking in the biscuit department. All right, we have a Ziploc bag with a rubber band around it. That's kind of interesting. So we have a rubber band. You can do all kinds of stuff with rubber bands. And you have a nice Ziploc bag to store extra components, keep things from getting wet, maybe take a poop in, who knows, it's a bag. You know what, at that point, if it's your bag, you do whatever you want with it. It's even got some neat lines on it, check that out. We have some dried cranberries. This ration just keeps getting better and better, minus that stanky ass tuna. We have some raisins, not too bad, 25 grams, just like the cranberries. And we have a peach flavor isotonic drink powder. That is awesome. Digging it, loving it. Peaches, like peaches. And another peach flavor. I hope that's good, because if not, they definitely doubled you up on the peaches. And we have another bag. They're very fond of giving you bags. I'm down with it. Bags and rubber bands, which is cool. So that'll make rubber band and Ziploc bag number 2. I'll tell you what, we're going to hold off on that for a second. We're going to get to the rest of the contents, and then we'll go through the accessory kit. We have a spicy sauce. That definitely excites me quite a bit. Spicy sauce. Cocoa drink powder. That's hot chocolate. That is good stuff. If it's anything like what you get in a Dutch ration, this is going to be some epic hot cocoa. Definitely looking forward to that. Aha! Let the biscuit train begin. We have 3 multi-grain biscuits. Each one is individually wrapped, and they're kind of put together like almost like a belt-fed machine gun. You can just kind of load your biscuits in your face hole. Anyway, so we have 3 multi-grain biscuits. Grav Kicks, had these before, loving them. You'll see them here in a moment. Grav Kicks are good. And we have a very small tomato soup. Not really a soup guy. We'll give it a shot though. We got some tomato soup going on. And we have a pack of whole wheat bread. And that is a Bridgeford product, so absolutely must have been imported. So that's pretty cool. So I guess we do have something to do with some of our other spreads. We have 3 Grav Kicks and a slice of bread so far. That's actually kind of neat. I did not plan this unboxing very well. That's the table is really full at the moment, so we're just going to start just kind of stacking stuff up here. And that's it for the box. Nothing left in there, nothing under my hat, nothing up my sleeves. Goodbye. And now we have this accessory kit. We have a pink toothbrush. It's just not my color, guys. I'm a little upset by that. I'm a little emasculated by the fact that I just got a pink toothbrush. Am I going to brush my teeth with it? I don't know. I might have a moral objection to a pink translucent toothbrush, but you know, it is cool that you get a toothbrush. And we've got a toothpick. I'm sure there'll be more of those. We have 2 of these strange, like, plastic and compressed wood spoons. These are actually pretty strong. I don't think I would bend them too much further. I feel like So you have 1 of these compressed wood and plastic spoons, and I'll tell you from personal experience that you can't bend these things too far. Not a bad spoon, at least it seems so at first. It's certainly not just wood, but I tell you what, it's certainly not as sturdy as like a USMRE spoon, but it's a spoon. You can use it. You can stuff things in your face hole with it. Spoon. More toothpicks. Bag for Dookie number 2. There are 3 antibacterial wipes, always good, keeping it clean. We have 3 packs of salt. We also have 3 packs of pepper. Nothing wrong with that. We have 3 packs of chewing gum, all of them peppermint flavor or faux brand. 2 green tea bags. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3 packs of instant coffee. But there is a problem with this. There is a problem and there's not a problem. 3 packs of coffee is amazing. I'll give you that. 3 packs of coffee, that's great. That's 1 coffee for each meal. That's amazing. We're probably going to do double up for breakfast. But there are 3 packs of coffee, 2 packs of sugar, which is certainly imbalanced, and that's the end of the ration. There's no cream for the goddamn coffee. What is it with nations and not realizing that they're only giving their soldiers 2/3 of the morning coffee equation? So I'm going to have to suffer through another cup of coffee, yet again, in the morning, that has no damn cream in it. Somebody out there, if you have any friends in the government of Denmark, I need an email address, I need a phone number, I need a mailing address. Somebody needs to talk to these sumbitches about how they treat their soldiers. This is a pretty comprehensive, amazing looking ration minus the tuna and the lack of goddamn cream. I am going to write someone, have a phone call, send an email, maybe even make an in-person flyover and just have a sit down with somebody and explain to them the coffee equation. Well guys, this is everything in a Danish 24-hour combat ration. I'm going to get some breakfast out onto a tray and I'll be right back. Alright, so what I have decided to smash for breakfast is we are definitely going to check out this muesli with raspberries. We're going to get into some raisins. We've got a couple of Grav Kicks here to go with some pate. You know I wasn't going to wait for that. And some apricot jam. We've got some tea. We've got a couple of packs of coffee and some sugar. No cream. God damn it. We also have this Orifo cookies and cream flavor cereal bar and a peach flavored drink. And we always have toothpicks to get us out of a jam. We have some salt and pepper, not that it'll be needed for this particular meal, our wet wipes, and a foo-foo toothbrush, and some matches in case we just need to set some shit on fire. So let me get started, but hell with that muesli, let me get started with this. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get started with that coffee, because you know, I haven't had it, I need it, I'm grumpy about it, I need that coffee. Even if there's no cream, I gotta have that coffee. Gotta have it, got to have the coffee. It's goddamn coffee time. So let's get a couple of these packs. His daddy needs some coffee going on in his life. So what's that look like? That's a nice freeze-dried coffee, very light brown, but freeze-dried does have a tendency to be lighter. So we get all those little chunks of goodness into that cup. You know, and for putting 2 packs of coffee in there, That still does not look like a lot of coffee, at least not to me. God damn it. I want some coffee. And we're going to rock out with both packs of that sugar. Why? Well, because the coffee deserves the sugar. That's why. The tea, the tea can just do what tea does. And we got that tea. That is hopefully a decent green tea. Smells pretty good, although smells can certainly be deceiving. We'll check that out here in just a second. And we're going to need to get that peach drink going on. Of all things not to put a tear notch on, you put a tear notch on one of the mains and I'll almost lose it. But no tear notches on the drink. That's okay. We have a knife. Smells like artificial peach, but you know what it does? It smells absolutely amazing. That smells like fake peaches. I'm actually all about that. Alright, now that we've got our drinks sorted out, it is definitely time to rehydrate this muesli with raspberries. Checking out the ingredients, raspberry is not the only fruit in here, it also has apples. We're going to get this bad boy rehydrated. Wonder if there's a do not eat in there, just chilling, waiting for me just to mix it with water. I don't see one, but that looks pretty yummy, if I'm being honest. Actually doesn't smell like anything at all. You would figure as much color that thing has, it would actually smell like raspberry or just smell kind of like sweet in some way. It smells like absolutely nothing. And the cool thing is they do have a fill line on here. I mean, you can't see it from inside of the pouch, but at least it gives you an idea of how much water you should be adding to your muesli. I like mine a little on the thick side, so I'll probably not fill it to the line. Let's give that a nice stir, get down into the bottom of that gusset, dredge up all that milk powder and raspberry goodness to the surface where it can rehydrate before it goes into the bottomless pit of my face hole. God, I'm so dying for a sip of that coffee. But you know what? Time-wise, it's just so much smarter to mix the muesli first. But damn, do I want that coffee. Like, really want that coffee. I'm mixing muesli. I'm thinking about coffee. I really just want to go upstairs, grab some half and half, and rescue that cup of coffee. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I always stay true to what is contained in the ration, and if they screw me out of cream, well, I'm screwed. Give that a little shake and pray that we don't make a mess. Alright, we did not make a mess. We're starting out on a really solid note for the morning. Got our little Brokeback spoon over here. Figure he would just hang out and enjoy the view with us. So now you know what time it is. It is time for me to get a sip of this coffee, and it better be good. It better be damn good, because without cream, coffee has to be absolutely epic in order to be good. So let's give this coffee a little sip. That is a crying shame. That is a really excellent cup of coffee, especially for instant. If there was cream and the cream was halfway decent, that would be an epic cup of morning coffee. It really is a damn shame they did not put cream in here. That is a great cup of coffee. I made it a little strong. I could have added more water. I didn't on purpose because I wanted to really taste the coffee. And you certainly can. That's absolutely great coffee. Where's the cream? Let's check out these raisins. Everybody likes little raisins in the morning. At least, I guess so. It's only 25 grams. It's not a ton of raisins. Looks like we have mostly sultanas in here, which is good. They tend to be just a little bit more tastier than the dark raisins, in my humble opinion. Let's get this cereal bar out onto the tray. I don't know if it's just me, or I think the cereal bars keep getting smaller in the rations. I remember having an Orifo cookies and cream cereal bar, and it seemed like it was 1.5 times, if not larger, than this guy. That's just a little guy. And because I know that between the jam and the pate, I'm absolutely going to eat both of these biscuits. We'll get these biscuits out onto the tray. I really enjoy these. These are kind of like a big shredded wheat biscuit. By themselves, they're a little on the bland side, but they have a lot of texture, a really yummy wheat biscuit flavor, and I really like the name, Grav Kicks. It just sounds cool. Before we even begin to mess around with that jam, we have got to get into this Brussels pate. Where's my tear notch? There it is. Yes. Look at that pink meaty goodness. Check it out, check it out, check it out. We're having pate for breakfast. This is awesome. Let's give that a little sniff. That smells just like pate ought to smell. I'm going to get some out onto a Grav Kick first. and then I'm going to get a little bite on its own, although I don't have a whole lot of pate just to be shoveling it into my face hole. I need to save it for these biscuits. Look at that pink meaty goodness. That's amazing. Let's get a little taste of this Brussels on its own. The Brussels is an excellent mild pate. If you are new to the pate game and you can find some Brussels pate, that is absolutely where I would recommend that you start your pate journey, is on something like a Brussels pate. It really is very mild in the liver flavor. You can kind of work yourself up to like more of the full flavored pates. This is definitely a mix of different meats, probably a couple of different animals, which is totally cool by me. Put them all in a bucket, mix them up in a blender. Ration will eat them. Delectable. It's just delectable. This, I know it's a pink meat paste and some people might just turn their nose up at it. If you haven't had pate, I certainly wouldn't turn my nose up at it if I were you. It's an excellent experience. If you're really that much of a snob and you just can't bring yourself to eat some pate, email me. You can mail that shit to me. I will eat that pate all day long. Look at that. That is a healthy looking biscuit right there. Pink meat paste and everything. We're going to check out this apricot jam on that other Grav kick. That's the awesome thing about these biscuits. You could do anything you want with them. That's one of the reasons why I really like them, because you could turn this biscuit into a dessert, or you could literally have it with something savory. They work with everything. They're very versatile. So we're going to get some of that apricot jam out here and just give that a taste test by itself. Check out that apricot jam. It's looking pretty healthy. That is top notch. If you know what an apricot tastes like, and especially if you like apricots, think about what an apricot tastes like, and then make it smooth and creamy, and then sweeten it by like a factor of 3. That is exactly what this apricot jam is like, and it's absolutely amazing. Quite honestly, that's like dessert for breakfast. That apricot jam is the jam. And while we're waiting for that muesli to hydrate, I know raisins are boring. You don't really need me to taste the raisins to tell you what raisins taste like, but that's what we do here. Sometimes we do some interesting things, and sometimes we do the redundant stuff, because you know what? It's in the ration. Oh, and sometimes you do the redundant stuff, and it just knocks your socks off. Those raisins are amazing. Those are really good. These are amazingly sweet, golden raisins. God, they are good. That's crazy when you get an item, it's just kind of ho-hum, like a sack of raisins, and you're like, wow, these are like some of the most amazing raisins I've ever had. Exactly the way I feel about these raisins right now. We'll get a little palate cleanser to get that super sweet raisin taste out of the mouth with some of this unsweetened green tea. And as you can see from the big old drink of that tea that I took, that is an excellent quality green tea. Certainly not gourmet green tea by any stretch of the imagination, but even that, with no sugar, has a very pleasant green tea flavor. And you know, it is pink meat on a biscuit time. Absolutely. Grav kick with the pink meat sauce. Oh, that's an excellent breakfast item. I know it's crazy, but literally, it's so savory and meaty. Just a very light iron flavor, or very light liver flavor. This is an excellent start to the morning. High fat content, protein, and you have it on this crunchy, grainy, excellent wheat biscuit that just has amazing texture and really is like the other half of the equation for this pate. It's items just like this that really make this hobby worth it. It's absolutely awesome. That stuff just did not stand a chance. And now we're going to clean the palate with some of this peach drink. That has a really good flavor. The only thing I can say, it has a pretty high maltodextrin content. It's very sweet and it's very pleasant. It's a great artificial peach flavor. I just wish they would have left the maltodextrin out. They certainly could have sweetened it the same with sugar. The one thing that it did do is mix up really well. It was not very tough to get it to mix up. So that's definitely a positive, but I would rather spend a little bit more time mixing my drink than have to suck down that much maltodextrin in the morning. I'll sacrifice it all for you guys. Maltodextrin be damned, we're in it. So let's get a bite of this biscuit with apricot jam. I already know, I can tell you, this is going to be absolutely amazeballs. That apricot jam is absolutely amazing. Combined with this biscuit, it's just literally like next level ration item. Because the biscuit has so much texture, you're really forced to chew it up, which makes that apricot flavor hang around in your mouth so much longer than it normally would. We're going to get into this cookies and cream cereal bar. I swear these things used to be bigger. It do really have a nice dark chocolate appearance, just like an Oreo. These are normally pretty awesome. Let's give that a bite and check it out. It's very chewy. Very sweet. Not nearly as much chocolate flavor as you would expect, especially being as dark as it is. I would say the cookies and cream, the cream is the predominant flavor here. Certainly not pronounced. Definitely tastes like cream. Not that it's bad. It's very sweet. It's very chewy. It's pleasant. It kind of has a cream with a little bit of cookie flavor rather than a cookies and cream flavor. So just know cream is going to be your predominant flavor in each bite. That said, really not a bad cereal bar. It is definitely time to rescue this muesli. I'm tired of waiting. We're just going to get it on out of there. Oh yeah, that looks good. Definitely smells like raspberries. Smells fruity and sweet now that it's hydrated. Don't know if that's what it's going to taste like, but it certainly smells pretty damn good. It's not nearly as big of a portion as I would have expected it to be, considering this is one of the only main meals out of the two that are in the ration. Certainly is a good looking muesli though. We definitely have oat flakes, and if I'm not mistaken, that is definitely some seeds. They look like teeny tiny sunflower seeds. I could certainly be wrong about that. Looks like there may be some spelt in here. Spelt is also an excellent grain to have for breakfast. Possibly some barley floating around in there. It's kind of hard to tell with all this milk powder, but you know what? I am certainly not upset. And there are some little apple chunks in here. And it looks like the raspberry is either just like a flavor additive or maybe it was just a powdered freeze-dried raspberry, because the only thing I can see in here are the apple chunks. Well, that description took way too long. Let's get a bite of this and see how it tastes. Let's take a look at that. That is a healthy looking bite. Absolutely. The flavor is pretty good. Definitely a mild level of sweetness, which is just fine. It doesn't need to be overly sweet, especially when you have a super sweet peach drink, very sweet apricot jam, and these crazy sweet raisins over here. But I'm not really picking up on a huge taste of raspberry, just a very mild background hint of raspberry flavor, and that's okay. You can't really taste the apples at all in any way, shape, or form. I would love to sit here and tell you that this is the best muesli I've ever had in a ration, but I'd be lying to you. It's just okay. It's not bad. It turned out a little bit mushy, which was unexpected. We're going to get a couple more bites here and get back in to see if we can pick out some more flavor. The raspberry that was added to this is definitely a freeze-dried. If you've had freeze-dried fruit, you know how freeze-dried berries especially take on a little bit of that bitter flavor. Totally not bad. I'm not picking on it in the sense that it doesn't taste good. It's absolutely fine. It's acceptable. It's certainly just not the best muesli I've ever had, but I would not turn my nose up at this for breakfast in the morning. And I was singing the praises of those raisins, so it would be wrong, absolutely wrong, not to include some raisins in a bite and just drop some in the rest of the muesli. Why not? Let's get a big old bite of that muesli with some of those raisins added. Oh man, that was excellent. You know what? I think I chose wrong. I really should have saved the raisins for later and added the cranberries to this. Man, that would have been amazing. As good as that bite was with the raisins, I can only imagine how excellent this muesli would have been if I would have combined the cranberries with it. It's absolutely time to finish up this last apricot bite. God, that would be great with some cream. All right, guys, this was breakfast. I am definitely going to finish up that bar because I can. I'll probably sip on that tea. I'm definitely going to demolish that coffee. That peach drink, well, its time is numbered. I may not drink it all right this very second, but between now and lunchtime, it'll be gone. I will see you guys back here in a few hours or so to get some lunch on. And then she said, I'd like to smear some pate on that. Oh, wait. Hey, guys, we're back. Welcome to lunch. The way this ration was laid out made me feel like lunch was kind of being on the light side, but there really is no consistent narrative here for lunch. It's just like one big, long, run-on sentence. So what I've got laid out on the table here is we have our last grav kick and that pate, ass kickery. We have that orange chocolate protein bar. Really looking forward to getting a bite of that. We have 2 packs of tuna. 2 packs of tuna. We also have that fajita spice chicken jerky. We have that Bridgeford bread. We have cranberries. We have strawberry jam, hazelnut chocolate spread, a whole rye bread. No, we're not going to wipe our butt with it. We are going to definitely give that a bite. We have some barbecue peanuts. We also have this apple and raspberry puree. Looking forward to that. And because I have one sad, lonely pack of coffee left that has no sugar or cream to go with it, I'm going to mix the hot cocoa and the coffee together. Although, if this is the same hot cocoa powder, which I believe it is, that comes in a Dutch ration, this is a Danish ration, this hot cocoa is a standalone, excellent hot cocoa. but I really need something to do with this coffee, so we're going to mix the two together. All right, well, let's start it out by getting that hot cocoa prepared. Look how nice and dark chocolatey brown that cocoa powder is. That is definitely amazeballs. We're going to hit that up with some Colombian coffee. And one thing I do have to admit, I don't lie to my fans. You know what I did not do? And you know what? I don't lie to my subscribers. I never did finish this damn peach drink. Just kind of sat on the counter in the kitchen. I don't see any floaties in it or anything, so we're just going to go ahead and knock that back for lunch. Let's get that mochaccino brewing. Oh, wait, we need a spoon. Anyway, like I was saying, we need a spoon. One thing I certainly can say about breakfast, I'm not extraordinarily hungry. That muesli was really filling, as well as the Grav Kicks. That stuff has a lot of fiber in it. That'll keep you full for a long time, keep you moving. Before I even start on the plethora of items we are about to embark on for lunch, I absolutely want to give this hot cocoa and coffee a try. We get a little sip of this chocolate coffee goodness together. Oh yeah. See, that is amazing hot cocoa. Not overly sweet. Really nice dark chocolate flavor, even without the coffee. The added coffee flavor with that hot cocoa, honestly, is just a bonus. By itself, that hot cocoa would have been a very nice, semi-sweet hot cocoa, leaning more to a dark chocolate flavor profile. That, with the pack of coffee, is absolutely amazeballs. And you know what I'm most excited about. It's probably that pate. You think? You think maybe? And let's play a drinking game. Everybody says I like to say words repetitively while I'm reviewing a ration. And well, you know what? When you're talking about something, it kind of happens. So like, I don't know how many times in the video I say the word ration, but if you want to take a drink every time I say ration, take a big drink. If you want to take a big drink every time I say pate, take a big drink. You know what? Get over it. They're words. Sometimes you got to use them more than once. And now that 25 grams, which should really be 150 grams, of Ardennes pate. Pink meat paste. That smells amazing. Now this pate is not nearly as creamy, and we are definitely going to save a little bit of that for that piece of rye bread, but we're going to get that on there. We'll get a little flavor profile on this pate, just because we can, and because I really want to. And that is absolutely excellent. The best way to describe this pate, this has a slightly more metallic flavor, a little bit more of the liver and the iron flavor in this pate. Otherwise, they would be identical, which is amazing. This one has a slightly thicker texture. Oh, let's check out that chicken jerky from the Wild West. What do the Danish know about the Wild West anyway? I know what they certainly don't know about it is that we eat more meat than that. That is a sparse amount of chicken jerky. It's chicken jerky. We'll check it out here in a minute, but that is certainly a tiny amount of chicken jerky. We'll see what that tastes like here in a bit. Let's get that Bridgeford bread out onto the tray. We all know exactly what that's going to taste like. We've had Bridgeford products many times together. You and I. We. Us. So that is a wheat, and it has been split. And look at that. It actually comes apart. This is definitely has been stored well and is relatively fresh, because the longer these things sit and the worse the storage conditions are, this thing just will never split apart. But that actually came apart really nice. I'm dying to know what this rye bread looks like. It feels pretty hard. Let's check that out. It's like a almost shelf stable. This thing is pretty hard. Definitely not like crusty like a crouton yet, but it seems like it's going to be a bit of a challenge to chew. Check that guy out. It's still a good looking piece of bread. I'm really wondering what the texture is going to be like, but we will find out. Ooh. Dose. There's two of those guys. Okay. I did not think that was going to split apart like that. As I was lowering it, it started to separate. I have a feeling that's going to go excellent with the pate. Need more pate. Let's make some room and get these cranberries out. Cranberries are always good. Yes, cranberries. Love me some cranberries. Now, let's move this protein bar out of the way. Stanky tuna. Seriously, stanky tuna. Get these Nutwalker barbecue peanuts out here. And those peanuts still have the skin on, which is strange to have a peanut with a coating that still has the skin on it, because that means you can have lots of peanuts like that guy where all the coating has come off. So that's okay though. We will certainly give them their day in court. And let's check out that protein bar. Chocolate orange protein bar. Yes, sir. Look at that guy. That smells a little chocolatey, a little orangey. I'm pretty excited about that. So I guess I have to, whether I want to or not, is get this tuna. Let's check out this tuna. Oh, it looks like paste. Okay. Maybe there's some hope and salvation for this stuff. So it is kind of pasty. That's weird. So it's like a tuna paste. You know, because I'm not going back in for a second helping of this tuna. We're just going to go ahead and get both of these bad boys out onto the tray. I'm going to be honest, as much as I love pate and the sight of that pate just kind of turns me on, this, on the other hand, does not, because I know it's whipped up tuna. And there we go. 2 little fleshy globs of tuna paste. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? I know you can. I guess we should just start torturing ourselves right off the bat. Give that a little smush just to make it even more, make it even less attractive than it was before. Let's just go ahead and give this tuna paste a bite. You never know. You never know. I might actually like it. Check that out. You want a bite? You bite? Oh, God. Oh, that's so fishy. Why? Why is it just so fishy? My God. That made my mouth water, but not in a good way. So, we're going to get this salt. We're going to hit it up with some salt. Oh, maybe we can just salt the flavor out of it. I don't know. I don't think anything's going to work on that. I don't know what the difference is in tuna that's packed in different places. Some tuna is very mild, and some is just really stanky and nasty fish flavor. And this is one of those, and it's really unfortunate because I'm going to try to eat it. I'm not eating all this tuna. I'll give it hell, though. I'll give it hell for you guys because I like you guys. I didn't lie to you about the damn drink, so I'm not going to lie to you about the tuna. So I'm going to give this rye bread just a little nibble. That's really tough. Oh, I wonder if that's supposed to be like that or if it just got really stale. It's very bitter. Very, very much like the bread you find in a German ration, that canned bread. The only difference between that and this, that bread is usually very soft and moist because it's canned. This is almost like sour rye bread gum, because you really have to work at it to chew it. And I know this is probably the worst idea ever, but I'm going to get some of this tuna and I'm going to put it on this bread. And what it's going to do, it's going to force me to chew this tuna. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is totally your bite. Oh, the salt and pepper did not help. And the taste, oh God, the taste of that bread, as sour as it is, made that tuna like even more pronounced. And the fact this is so chewy that you have to chew it. The Bridgeford bread will be the one, because you can just kind of chew the Bridgeford bread just 1 or 2 times and toss it back. Let's see if that fixes the problem. I highly doubt it. I don't know why I'm torturing myself with this damn tuna. Okay, that's weird. Between the excessive amount of salt that I put on this tuna and changing it to this Bridgeford bread, it's almost like the Bridgeford bread absorbs a whole lot of the stanky fish flavor and makes it a whole lot easier to eat and to get down. That bread absolutely accentuated the flavor. This bread kind of neutralizes it. That's pretty crazy. Whew, that tuna is really hideous though. I need to clean that. Clean that palate. That palate is dirty. That's literally like just getting kissed on the lips by a chocolate angel after eating that. Ugh, ooh, let me get another kiss. Come here, baby. Oh, yes. All right, well, given that this has a sour and bitter and extremely chewy flavor profile, this would definitely lend itself to the pate more, because I am going to want to chew this pate far more times than I'm ever going to want to chew that tuna. This is absolutely going to be an excellent pair. I mean, it certainly forces you to chew that pate up, but I can't say that I really care for this rye bread. It's really just kind of stale. I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but it's extremely dry, very bitter in its flavor profile. If this were fresh, it would probably be a whole lot better. It's not a great companion for anything, I feel like, on the tray. Maybe I'll just save that other piece to see if I can eat it with the main for dinner. This bread is just not all that in a bag of chips. Got to get down with a big old bite of that pate on a grav kick. That pate is absolutely amazing. The only complaint I could ever have about that pate is there's just not enough of it in this ration. All right, I'm going to have to do the unthinkable, and I'm going to have to put some of this seriously high-class pate on a relatively low-class piece of bread just to say that I can try it. Little pate on some shelf-stable Bridgeford whole wheat bread. Can't say I didn't try it. I may not be... This is not Ration Nerd approved. I would much rather have put that on the rest of that biscuit, but we needed to try it. And that really is a shame. That pate gets lost in that bread. It really is a bummer. The pate is way too good for this bread. Absolutely just too good for it. So let's try out a piece of this fajita chicken jerky. Looks like a rock. That's okay. Let's give it a try. Okay. This is kind of disgusting, but I'm going to do it anyway. This thing has been in my mouth for a couple of minutes now, and it's still that hard. Like literally, at least 2 whole minutes I've been just trying to rehydrate this thing in the old face hole, and it's just like having no parts of it. It's like a chicken rock. Okay, this is the 4-minute mark. It's crazy hard. Okay. I'm done with that. Maybe I'll try a smaller piece. Chicken rocks. That's the worst jerky I think I've ever had. Let's try to recover a little bit with some of these barbecued peanuts. These look really good. They smell really good. Let's get a taste of these barbecued nuts. So those definitely have a sweet, smoky barbecue flavor. Just a teeny tiny little bit of heat to them, which is absolutely cool. The one thing about these that I'm not crazy about is I left the skin on. So the coating, the flavor coating just comes right off and then just leaves you with a slightly over oily peanut. I just have a feeling that by the end of this, you'd be tipping back the bag just to eat all the skin, so that way you'd get a lot of the flavor to go with these peanuts. All in all, these are pretty decent. We definitely got to check out some of this chocolate hazelnut spread. This chocolate hazelnut spread, it's a standard Orifo item. It's always really good. Mild hazelnut flavor. And this chocolate hazelnut spread is refusing to open properly. I've started this sentence like 4 times now, so let's try again. Take 5. So this chocolate hazelnut spread is a standard Orifo item, and it's usually really good. Sweet with chocolate being the predominant flavor, and the hazelnut kind of being a background flavor to it. One thing I do like about it is a natural nut butter, as you can see. It's not full of emulsifiers. This thing, if you don't knead it properly, which obviously I need some more kneading in my life, the actual nut portion of this is very thick, and then you have a lot of the natural oils which have separated, but that is just okay by me. We're gonna get a big old taste of that anyway. Very sweet, very chocolatey, very yummy. Just what this Bridgeford bread needs is something with a bright, sweet flavor. That chocolate hazelnut spread is extremely sweet. Not saying I don't like Bridgeford bread, but you definitely need something that has a much more vibrant flavor profile to actually be able to taste it through the Bridgeford bread. And in that case, this chocolate hazelnut spread is just what the Ration doctor ordered. And we're going to get one side of this biscuit loaded up with the chocolate hazelnut, because we are going to come back at that with a little bit of this strawberry jam here shortly and mix the 2 of those together. All right, let's try some of this strawberry jam. That is looking really good. This is anything like the apricot jam we had for breakfast. This ought to be pretty damn amazing. Wow, that has such a vibrant strawberry flavor that bread couldn't even begin to dull the flavor of that strawberry jam. That's absolutely crazy sweet explosion of strawberry flavor. That's actually really, really good. You're just not going to find strawberry jam like this sitting on a shelf over here anywhere in the US. You're just going to have to get it out of a ration. I'm sorry. Get yourself one of these rations and you'll understand exactly what I mean. That was literally like a strawberry explosion in my face hole. That was amazing. So we're going to try that with some of this chocolate hazelnut spread. Get a little strawberry chocolate hazelnut biscuit going on. That is absolutely the closest thing you're going to ever get in a ration that tastes like a chocolate covered strawberry. That was absolutely amazing. That was great. We are not wasting a single drop of this jam. It is just way too good to let any of this jam go to waste. I squeezed that package like it owed me money, trying to get the very last drop of strawberry out of there, and we're just going to destroy this piece of strawberry jam covered bread. Don't hate, caffeinate. Let's try some of this apple and raspberry puree. I'm having flashbacks to my French ration. Ooh. All right, let's, ooh. That's saucy. Well, it did basically say fruit puree, and it's just dripping all over the place. Wait a minute. Dramatic close-up in a second. Hang on. Wow. Again, that's a crazy, crazy vibrant flavor. Very sweet. High vitamin C content. That's crazy sweet. It's kind of like they took the strawberry jam and added it to some applesauce, and that's pretty much what is in that squeeze pouch. That's crazy good. This would be an excellent energy pick-me-up if you're really active and you just needed some quick energy. This is super sweet, almost to the point where it's almost too sweet, but it's just so good I can't stop eating it. Oh, now I know why I love this so much. This was actually apple, raspberry, and black currant. That is amazing. That was an excellent, vibrant flavor in this little pouch. Wow. Gourmet applesauce. All right, we just have a couple things left going on here for lunch. Check out some of these cranberries. They're cranberries. Cranberries are awesome. If these are as good as the raisins I had with breakfast, I'm going to really regret not having added these to the muesli. Let's check these out. God damn it, I'm such an asshat. These would have been the best add-on to the muesli in the morning. God, these are so good. Again, this is one of those normal items you find in a ration. It just blows you away. Just dried cranberries. They're absolutely amazing. I really, really wish I would have put these in the muesli. These would have made the muesli absolutely next level. And that leaves us with this chocolate orange protein bar. Absolutely looking forward to this guy. Give you a little cross section of that guy there. And that is my bite. I have got to tell you guys, that's an amazing protein bar right there. If you like chocolate and orange in any way, shape, or form, again, this is a very adult style flavor. Not overly sweet, very rich soy crisps going on in here. Quite honestly, I could have done without the soy crisps. The taste of the chocolate and the orange together is absolutely fabulous. Very mild, not super intense, very satisfying, nice and chewy. Honestly, this is more like a candy bar to me, just not overly sweet. That is an awesome protein bar. You have just a tiny bit of that grainy follow-up at the very end. So that's to be expected with any protein bar. But you know what? I'll take this protein bar any day over a whole lot of other protein bars I've had in other rations. That orange and chocolate is absolutely where it's at. All right, guys. Well, that was lunch. I've got one of my doggy bags here. And I'm going to carry that piece of rye bread and that piece of shelf-stable bread over to dinner. I will likely munch on some more of these peanuts. I without a doubt finish that chocolate orange protein bar. Fuck that fish. I will, however, drink the rest of that coffee and hot cocoa. I don't know if I'm going to try to break my teeth on some chicken jerky that doesn't even taste that good. We're not going to break the spoon so we can have it for dinner. I'll see you guys in 3 or 4 hours. All right, everyone, welcome back to dinner. This is everything we have left in the ration. I'm certainly looking forward to this. We have that chicken masala with rice, that orange cake, absolutely looking forward to getting into that orange cake. We have a nice chocolate bar. We have some spicy sauce to put on the chicken masala, a green tea bag, some dehydrated instant soup, and we have another peach drink. We also have a little bit of bread products left over from lunch. So the first thing we got to do is get this flameless ration heater cooking away and get that chicken masala heated up. That heating pad is definitely pretty substantial. That is good stuff. Something like chicken masala you definitely want to be nice and hot, and that is a large and in charge 400 gram main. It's going to take some effort to heat this thing up. And this is an Orifo branded flameless ration heater. And it does have a fill line if you're water adding challenged like this guy is. Alright, that took a good bit of water. I'm hopeful this is going to give me a nice hot main. I really do like the ones that have the tape on there. Not that I have the manual dexterity to activate said tape, but I do like the ones that have the tape. So let's get us a rock or something. So while that's doing its thing, let's get this peach drink and this soup made up. What's that? That's odd. So that soup is dead on arrival. You can see that soup has turned into like soup leather. You know what? We're gonna give it a go. Why? I don't know. Why not? Somehow or the other, some kind of moisture or something got in this soup, turned it into soup leather. We're gonna rehydrate it. We're gonna see if it's still any good. God, that is like a soup fruit chew up in there. That is crazy. Let me get this thing out of here. Chunky, chewy soup. That ration heater is starting to do its thing. That is a nice exothermic reaction right there. That's not Campbell's chunky. That's just chunky. That is definitely, I'm pretty positive that's not the way they intended that to look when it came out of the pouch. We're going to try it anyway. That soup leather just dissolved right into a nice cup of soup. Check that out. I mean, I don't know if it's actually still technically edible, but we're going to let it soak for a little while, and we are definitely going to find out. All right, while we're waiting on that main, we'll get our leftover bread from lunch. We have a little piece of that super dense rye bread, just a small piece of the whole wheat bread left. We'll get this orange cake out onto the tray. I am definitely, absolutely looking forward to taking a big old healthy bite of this orange cake. Sounds amazeballs. Oh, it's such a big bag, such a cute little cake. And it just falls right out of there. It smells good. Even from back here, I can smell the orange. That's great. Get this chocolate bar chilling so it can torture me while I'm watching the main do its thing. That is a nice looking dark chocolate bar. We will definitely get a bite of that. And you know what? We had a green tea at lunch and I'm just not in the mood, so we are going to save that guy for some other time. I will be back with you guys as soon as we have a nice hot main. Stay tuned. All right, it is definitely time to rescue this main out of this flameless ration heater, and this thing has been going pretty much bonkers. Lots of steam going on. That heating element got really large and in charge. Might be a little risky to reach down in there and get this thing. Yes, nice and hot. That Orifo brand ration heater was definitely doing its thing, working really nice. This is almost too hot to hold, which for a flameless ration heater is really good stuff. Oh, that probably made a hell of a mess. Definitely was like melting the label off. That is good. Let's get all this goodness out onto this tray. Whew, okay, that's too hot. So this smells really strong of curry and seasoning. So right off the bat, we have some red peppers, some kidney beans, lots of rice, sauce. We do have some pieces of chicken in there, which is always nice when it's called chicken masala for it to have chicken in there. So that's pretty much it. Rice, beans, peppers. Looks like there might be some tomatoes riding in here. Well, let's just go right in. Let's get a flavor profile on this chicken masala with rice. That is perfect. Oh my god. Maybe I'm just addicted to like mall ninja Indian food or something. But I'll tell you what, the last couple of mains I've had have had Indian food as a featured main. And I'll tell you what, this is absolutely amazing. Let me get a bite of that chicken, see what that chicken's all about. Nice creamy sauce. Rice is very firm, not undercooked, but just firm. We're gonna try this spicy sauce just because we have it. But in all honesty, this really doesn't need any seasoning whatsoever. I am gonna put a little bit of salt on it because as I learned from that Lithuanian main, which is really a British main, adding a little salt to dishes like this really helps to bring some of the seasonings to the surface without giving it an overly salty flavor. So I definitely want to just enhance that flavor. That is an excellent main. Let's check out some of this spicy sauce. Let's try a little bit of that all by itself. See what that spicy sauce has to say. And that's not bad at all. That is just a red pepper sauce. It's not Tabasco, which is really nice. Not going to add a whole lot in the way of flavor, just some nice heat. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to load that up because the flavor of this is already amazing. You add some heat to this dish, a little bit of salt. I have a feeling this is going to be absolutely off the hook. I really think I'm just addicted to like mall ninja style Indian food. I've been to Indian restaurants and I've yet to have a dish that was as good as one of these, so I just think maybe my taste buds are broke, simply because This is kind of like what you would expect if you got Indian food at a big mall or something. That's the best way I can explain it. But this is really excellent. I just apparently love Mall Ninja Indian food. Don't know what that says about me. Don't really care because it's dinner time. I'm hungry, and this is really, really good. Oh yes, that salt and that spicy sauce just kicked this up to a whole nother level. Oh, lunch was kind of wonky. This is absolutely amazing for dinner. This was worth the entire price of the ration right here. Oh my god, that's good. Definitely has a nice fat content. It has a really creamy sauce that's hanging out with that rice. Chicken is not overly dry. Beans have a really nice firm texture, not undercooked but firm, just like the rice. This is really a quality main dish in a retort. This stuff is amazing. This is really good mood food. I love this. You really don't get much better than this for a retort pouch main. It makes me wonder why the US does not have a menu like this. This doesn't seem to be extremely hard to put together. Rice, beans, chicken, and seasoning. I mean, come on, let's get it together over here. USMRE manufacturers. Like, come on, Warnick, what are you doing? Let's get some chicken masala out on the plate for our troops. This is amazeballs. So we're going to, well, I feel like I'm doing this chicken masala a disservice by adding it to this bread. We're going to try it just to use up all the ration items. And that's not bad. The masala has such a powerful flavor. Really distinct curry, turmeric, cumin, especially now with that pepper sauce. A little bit of heat. You can definitely taste the chicken individually from the beans. The rice is just consumed by that sauce. This is excellent. I think I'm just going to save that other piece of bread for just trying to scrape up some of the sauce out of the bottom of the tray. That is absolutely what that bread's going to do. And with this being a 400 gram main, this is really going to fill you up. This is really good. If you're lucky enough to get one of these, I would definitely say to go easy with the spicy sauce until you know what your level of heat is. The spicy sauce isn't crazy spicy, but it's definitely spicy enough to let you know it's there, open up your sinuses a little bit, and just bring some heat to this dish, which is absolutely fucking amazeballs. This is great. One thing, this is a really quality main. There's a lot of chicken in here. There haven't been too many bites of this that I've taken that I haven't gotten a bite of chicken, which is rare for a ration item to have this much chicken in the retort. That spicy sauce though, just kicks it up to a really nice heat level. Oh, this is great. Check out that big old piece of chicken. This is a pretty decent sized spoon, and that is an awesome sized piece of chicken. Save that big old bite of chicken for the end. While I'm smashing that with the old face hole, I'm gonna use this bread instead of my face to get down here and get the rest of this sauce out of the tray. Oh yes, that's totally like a foodgasm. You know what a foodgasm is, right? I mean, Christ, I hope so. Like food, orgasm, foodgasm, get it? Let's clean the old palate before we see what soup leather turns into. That super sweet peach drink is a great follow-up to that masala. I put a lot more water in it this time than I did last time, which certainly helps cut the sweetness level and just give you more to drink. It's a whole lot more enjoyable when you put an extra 100 to 150 mils in it above what they recommend on the packaging. Definitely, if you get one of these peach drinks, think about mixing it up a little weaker than they recommend. All right, let's check out this soup leather. Kind of look like a soup roll-up. So let's see what soup leather turns into when you add some hot water. And that soup really doesn't taste like much, to be honest with you. If it's supposed to taste like a lot, it certainly doesn't. Those noodles literally just evaporate in your mouth as soon as they hit your mouth. They're just gone. They're whole right here, but as soon as they go inside of your face hole, they literally just disappear in the mush. And it's kind of hard to even tell you what flavor that's supposed to be. Okay, well, I got a big old sip of that, and it really tastes like cardboard. So I'm thinking that is absolutely not what they intended it to taste like. Somewhere during the point at which it took on all that moisture, it went bad. It tastes like cardboard. The noodles are foul. That's a no. So every once in a while, you get a ration item that goes bad. Shit happens. This whole thing is in date. So that's just one of those shit happens moments. So I lost out on the soup. The only thing that sucks is I was going to dip this like uber hard, chewy like bread gum in there to see if I could maybe make it edible. But you know what? I'm not messing with that. But you know what I am going to mess with? This orange cake. It is absolutely time to get a bite of this nice little orange cake. Let's give you guys a close-up of that cakey goodness. Take a look at that. I'm just going to get a little sniff. That has a very pleasant but mild orange smell. We're going to go in for a bite. That is so good. That has a nice, dense pound cake consistency. A very light orange flavor, which is really pleasant. Nice and sweet. Definitely might need a little bit of something to drink with it. This is an amazing ration item. That orange flavor is absolutely amazing. And this orange cake is a great follow-up to that spicy really well seasoned masala. This is another great ration item. We got to check out this Orifo dark chocolate bar. That is a healthy looking, nice dark chocolate bar. Take a look at that guy right there. That is going to be a quality bite. And that chocolate bar is really a quality item. Maybe a little on the small side, only because, well, I really like dark chocolate, so I would have loved if they put a bigger, thicker chocolate bar in there. But that really has a nice, dark, rich chocolate flavor. Only semi-sweet, which is the way that I like it. This is another excellent ration item. Dark chocolate bar for the win, hands down. Well, you guys know I am absolutely going to finish that chocolate bar. I am without any doubt going to eat every last little crumb of that cake. That bread can go pound sand. I'm not drinking cardboard. I will definitely finish up this peach drink throughout the remainder of the day. I'll chew on some gum another time, but what we can do, we can clean up our digits together with one of these D'Aqua hand sanitizers. Well, thin, not very strong. It just has a very mild soap flavor, not anything crazy. Definitely very wet though. Will clean up your dirty digis. I don't think I would wipe a bum with it. The one thing I did not see in this ration anywhere was any napkins or any butt wipe, so that's kind of tough. I guess maybe the bread really was your butt wipe, because it certainly wasn't worth eating. Thank you everybody for joining me here on Ration Nerd and checking out this Danish 24-hour ration, menu number 1, 3,788 calories of mostly epic goodness, except for a few of the items. But that's just how the ration game works. Sometimes you get some items that you're just not crazy about, or you get some soup leather, or you get some funky tuna. That shit just happens. That's the ration game. I just gotta get over it. Some days I'm butthurt about it, some days I'm okay with it. This was a hell of a lot of fun. This ration I got from my buddy, whose name I will put right up here. Type that into eBay, check out his store. He has awesome rations. He will hook you up. But if you like what I'm doing here on this channel, do me a big favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, talk to me in the chat. You know how it goes. And until next time, if you out there in YouTube land can find something cooler than this to put in your face hole, you know what to do. Eat 'em up.